supported you to grow in your career. So basically, they are giving business business people a platform to showcase their skill sets. And when I say this, it's my pleasure to associate with the Business Fame magazine. So Ajay, I've already started recording, right?
Already started, Ria. You can continue.
Y- Yeah. Okay. So today, today's conference is organized by the Business Fame magazine. I'm obliged to be the supporting partner. I am the founder of Scribely. Association partner is Metapreneur, and IT service partner is Infotech Vision, along with PR partner, which is Business Standards. So I thank uh, all the partners for supporting the event. I would I would love if you all introduce yourselves. So first, let me just help everyone know each other's name. Today, along with us, we have uh, Suman Doma, who is a solution architect. We have Jagan Mohan Kan- Kankipatti. Pardon me if I pronounce it wrong, just correct me. Who is senior integration architect. We have Narendra Nalla, who is software engineer. We have Sri Hari ji, who is the lead software architect, and we have Dinesh Eswararaj, who is data architect. I would really love if you introduce yourself and we then start with the question answers.
Sure. So I'll go first. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
yes,
Suman
please.
Doma. So I'm working as a solution architect. I've been working in the IT sector for the past 10 plus years. I'm working on big data. I'm working on .NET platforms. I'm working in the fintech sector. So excited to meet you all. Looking forward for the conference.
Thank you so much for your introduction. Can we have Sri Hariji to please introduce yourself?
Yeah, hi everyone. I'm Sri Hari Chituri. I have over 17 years of IT professional experience with a track record of tech evangelist and served at different capacities as a product manager, product development lead, solution architect, etc. My tech stack includes cloud computing, artificial intelligence, machine learning, and BPM workflows. I'm a self-taught techie, sought after to go for any complex technical projects, including digital transformations. Thank you for so much having me today.
Thank you so much, sir. Looking forward to talk to you. Can we have Narendra ji to please introduce yourself?
Hey, good morning and good evening, everyone. My name is Narendra Nalla. I've been working as a staff engineer from last few years in a leading retail organization, totally having around 18 years of experience in IT, mostly into programming, and currently working on AI-related technologies and just helping my retail organization in utilizing AI at low level. So thank you so much for having. Looking forward to have a good conversation.
Thank you so much for your introduction. I would love to discuss more about AI and the workforce with you as well. Can we have Jagan Mohan ji to please introduce yourself?
Hi, everybody. Good morning. This is Jagan Mohan. I have been working in IT almost 19 years, worked as a different roles, senior integration architect and a lead architect. My technically, my skills are into healthcare and retail and finance, but I'm mainly into B2B EDI with AI technologies and digital transformation. So it is very nice to meet you, everybody. Looking forward to talk to you.
Thank you so much, sir, for your introduction. I'm really happy to have you all today for the conference, and uh, rather, I'm blessed to talk to all the experts, the AI experts, and I'm looking forward to discuss all the questions and how AI will boom in future, the current status of AI as well. So what I will be doing is I'll shoot one question to each one of you. I'll also address your name when I ask the question, and that's how we go ahead. So today's confluence is all about AI and workforce, how artificial intelligence and cloud are shaping professional skills. I would like to start with Sri Hariji. My question to you is, how can employees adapt the automation and AI in workplace?
Um, yeah, in my journey across different industries, which includes financial services, networking, and healthcare, adopting to automation and AI has become increasingly essential. Leading various teams through agile methodologies and digital transformation initiatives, I've seen how these technologies can streamline operations and enhance accuracy and also free up so much time for any high level work. I would say there are three different key strategies that I have found effective for adapting to an AI driven workplace. The first one would be prioritizing on continuous learning. Throughout my career, I've taken the initiative to stay updated on emerging technologies, especially as they related to automation and data analytics. For instance, um, learning to and integrate AI-driven analytics into our current existing process has allowed us to identify project bottlenecks in early stages and also to optimize workflows very effectively. Keeping up with advancements in crucial for anyone wanting to remain competitive, especially in the roles that bridge business and technology. So continuous learning is a very high priority and it's a very key strategy. Um, the second one, I can say that transitioning any legacy systems into AI enhanced platforms. In my work, in my experience, when I started even as a developer working with leading banks, we migrated many legacy systems to modern platforms. Way back in 2000s, banks are still using their robust mainframe technologies. We transformed them to at that point of time latest into Java, .NET, based technologies, based applications. Then we also helped to transform into much more modern these days, which are like AI compatible platforms. We have achieved significant improvements in project timelines and also efficiency. So for anyone with experience in traditional systems, adapting them to leverage AI-based, whether through automated analytics or predictive insights, can be very incredibly impactful. This approach makes data more actionable and also ultimately supports faster and smarter decision making. So that's my second key factor. So third one, I would say like enhance cross-functional collaboration. So what I mean exactly by cross-functional collaboration means existing modern IT at any enterprise, they're all built on complex applications. So working with stakeholders across technical and non-technical domains, I realized a successful AI adoption relies on clear communication. I've seen firsthand how understanding and translating AI's potential benefits to each department can make all the difference in adoption. So I would say building this bridge between technical and business departments allows teams to maximize AI tools in ways that are relevant to their specific needs. So these are my three key strategies that I found very, very effective for adapting an AI-driven workplace.
Sorry, yeah, you're on mute.
Oh, I'm sorry. Thank you so much, sir, for throwing light on the three key strategies. I definitely agree with all the three points, and especially with continuous learning, which you're talking about. I think that with continuous evolving of AI, it is definitely necessary for employees uh, to focus on continuous learning. Thank you so much again for your keyful insights. My next question is for Narendra ji. Could you please talk about the impact of AI and cloud technologies on leadership and decision making?
Yeah, that's a good question. Basically, it's a everyday challenge for us. I feel like AI has been there from a long time. It's just that not at this scale that we are trying to do now. Um, so what, as a leader, like basically what we really do is like we get certain amount of data and we look at the data and we take some decisions. So the data is like quantifiable. Like basically, it just we can if we can go through that data manually and understand those details and then make some informed decisions, then that would be great. But as we started using the technology so much, so the data has been getting generated a lot uh, in various forms. So it's always difficult to understand the data in the in the way that we want. So that's when I think the AI helps. Uh, so we take all the data. So there's so much data available. So we just dig into the data and we'll try to identify some patterns around that. And we identify trends. And basically that will give us some insight for making some decisions around that. So that will help us in leading the organizations in a better way and make some predictions around that based on the historical data. And so these language models help us in identifying those patterns and it'll give us some opportunities. So when you look at the same data again and again, so you identify some pattern. So the challenge that we are having is vast amount of data. So that's where we are using these language models to identify those patterns and it'll increase the collaboration also. I would say, let's say we have two different patterns and people are talking to each other. So if I have a defined pattern, so it'll help me in focusing on that subject more. And when two minds are looking at the same data, and basically if that is structured in a better way, so that will help us in collaborating and communicating better. Of course, it provides some efficiency. Basically, if you see some patterns, you can easily automate and you get the data whatever you want, and you personalize that strategy based on the data. So and that strategy basically it's all about risk, right? Like basically you get some data, you are working on something, all you want to do is you want to achieve that, you want to get some outcome out of that, and you always look at what are the risks associated to that, and then basically we'll try to minimize that risk by strategizing around that. And all these challenges that we get in achieving some feature or some uh, outcome is at the scale that we are trying to. So it's been there from a long time. It's just that the scale that we are trying to operate at now has been increased because of the data. So in all these scenarios, basically, I would say AI is going to help a lot in minimizing or basically making it easier for leaders to make some informed and strategic decisions. And which will improve the way leaders operate and take some decisions, and which will increase some innovation uh, and basically improve the competitiveness in the world. Yeah.
Wow, that was something new for me. Thank you so much for shedding light on this. I feel with this, the leaders will also have a better output and better decision making ability for sure.
That's
Uh, thank you so much, Narendra ji, for sharing light on this topic. My next question is for Jagan Mohan ji. Can you please help us shed light on balance between human expertise and AI capabilities?
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Thank you. First of all, thank you for the opportunity. So definitely I'm going to give my insight about, yeah, is that my audio is good? Okay. So
Yes.
my insight about like balancing human expertise with AI capabilities. So if businesses wanted to aim for a best of the both worlds, there are certain strategies we need to follow. Mainly, like you need to identify roles between AI and human. So AI for routine tasks, like use AI to handle like a repetitive tasks that take a lot of time and that involves a lot of data. Uh, for example, like data entry jobs or predictive analysis or basic customer services. These are like routine tasks. A can be useful and they can perform better, right? So when I compare to humans for strategic thinking, so use human skills for creative problem solving and strategic development. Generally, like humans are better at understanding and like emotions and making judgments, right? So AI can support by providing helpful data insights. So identifying the roles between AI and human is very, very important. And secondly, emphasize human oversight in AI applications. So even in tasks that can largely automated, retaining human oversight and that ensures AI outputs align with the broader business goals and ethical standards are very, very important. If you see, right, especially important, these things are in sectors like healthcare and finance. And also using AI as a decision support tool, not a replacement to a human. That is very important. So AI can enhance human decision making by providing deeper data insights, identifying patterns, or suggesting alternatives. But however, if you see final decisions like in ambiguous situations or sensitive cases, humans should involve, right? So judgment to maintain accountability and human-centered approach is very much required. And the fourth thing which I'm really wanted to stress around like upskilling employees in AI technologies. So equip all the employees with along with AI tools such as data interpretation or understanding machine learning skills. So upskilling allows employees to maximize AI's capabilities while applying their domain expertise and improvements. Right. So these are the main strategies which I can differentiate between humans and AI. And if you by combining AI's efficiency and data processing capabilities with human like critical thinkings like ethics and other things, businesses can create a powerful balanced approach and they can maximize their performances and while safeguarding their ethics and values. Hope that
Uh,
value adds.
Absolutely, I can definitely resonate with you, especially being a writer for past 6 years. Nowadays, people do ask me this question: Is AI replacing your job? And I can 100% say that it's a big no, because a book written on ChatGPT and a book written by an author, it has immense difference, because as an author, we put emotions into the book, which AI definitely cannot do. So we try to connect with the audience by putting in emotions. So recently we are supporting few of them to come up with their book, Ajay and I together. So while writing the book, there were, I mean, when I shared the manuscript with a few proofreaders, they asked me this question. So, because of ChatGPT, people are nowadays taking help and they are writing the entire book on ChatGPT. But the difference is that when such books definitely they won't run in the market as compared to the books written by the authors who have emotions in the book, who can connect with the audience, because audience, they don't want content, they want emotions.
Absolutely.
So I definitely agree with you, sir. Thank you so much. Amazing.
Thank you.
My next question is for Sumanji. Uh, can you help me know how can AI-driven tools support employees and support employees, especially in training and skill development?
Sure. Firstly, thanks for giving me the opportunity to share my insights. It's a privilege. Yeah, sure. So hope I'm audible properly. Yeah. So one thing that I feel very much impactful area for AI in employee training and skill development would be personalized learning. So as of now, whenever in any corporate world, when any trainings are published, they're published in a generic fashion, all the trainings available to everyone, but they're not personalized. It's not based on the employee experience, employee skill sets, employee interests, employee growth prospects. Those attributes are not taken into consideration. So if we can build employee trainings based on personalized learnings, then what we can do is taking these attributes into consideration, the AI and ML based systems can be a suggestive system where they can tailor fit a course which can enhance the learning capability and learning opportunity for the employees. And also the adaptive learning is another facet of AI which can help these training systems in the corporate world, because with adaptive learning, based on how employees are engaged, are they taking up the courses proactively? Are they engaged in those courses? Because when we build systems with AI and ML, they will also introduce skill-based test, exams, and quizzes, those type of things. These will be helping to gauge us the engagement level of the employees in this training. So all these attributes, like creating a personalized training plan and also engaging them more with adaptive learning, what will happen is we will be able to derive a lot of data insights. These data driven insights can help the corporate leadership and the corporates to decide whether their learning paths are more effective or not. How engaged are they? Should they look at enhancing their learning paths or anything? And how engaged are their employees in that? So this personalized learning, adaptive learning, and data driven insights will be helping very greatly. And another main factor of AI and ML based learning is the augmented reality and the virtual reality. If we talk about, like, say, manufacturing sector and heavy equipment sector or medical sector, these are the areas where training is a challenge. Say, for example, if we take a company like Caterpillar or any other places, so they have equipments which are large scale heavy equipments. Each equipment runs into millions of dollars. Now, say if they have to train 10,000 people across the globe in a operating of a crane or some heavy equipment, they cannot produce 10,000 cranes and employ 10,000 people across the world to train on those equipments. But if we take the help of augmented reality and virtual reality, this same equipment, operating a crane or operating a heavy equipment, can be done globally across the world in a virtual environment by, say, wearable technology or headsets. They'll be able to train an n number of hours, because even if you really get a physical equipment to a person, they can only practice on it for a limited amount of hours, and they have to be a space constraint and a location constraint. But with AI, augmented reality and virtual reality, they can be spread across the world, and the training can be very much cost effective and very much efficient, because many times each employee can be trained on it and they can gain expertise on this. And when the corporates grow into large scale organizations, one of the critical things is, as we grow in members and numbers, the skill gap analysis always falls on the respective managers and the senior leaders that are managing those teams. Monitoring all those teams, when the members are increasing into thousands and lakhs, it will be very tough for the organizations to do this job manually. So if we can do it on AI and ML based algorithms and systems based, what will happen is the employees experience, their performance metrics, and their skills, everything will be fed into the system. So the systems can gauge, okay, do we have the skill set and the employees to handle this project? Say, for example, new project comes in, rather than going in manually and speaking to people and to see who has the skill sets or not. With AI-based systems, we can know, okay, how much of the skill set and the people that we have are matching this new project, and where is the skill gap analysis. And based on that skill gap analysis, how do we upskill the people so that we can take up the new projects. So this continuous learning, like another area is continuous learning, because every domain, every area, every technology is constantly improving. So if we depend on manual or the conventional mode of learning, it will be very tough for us to keep up with the technology or keep up with the packages, keep up with the softwares and everything. So if we can train our models to learn based on the new technologies and the trends, what will happen is these learning systems will also continuously evolve and become a proactive system where they'll be able to tell to the employees on how they can concentrate on what skills they can do that, so that this continuous learning becomes a part and parcel of their daily life. And collaborated learning also. When these systems are in a collaborated fashion, we can also gauge peer-to-peer engagement, how people are interacting with one another, how are their communication skills, how are their engagement skills. That will give us data-driven insights again to make emphasis on, okay, should we concentrate on their communication skills? Should we concentrate on their social skills? All those skill sets that are needed for enhancement of their growth as well as the corporation growth. I think that will be a very nice facet to look at from an AI and ML based systems. Hope that
That was
answers.
Yeah, that was amazing. So whatever you said, I completely relate with it because recently I was working with one of the big fours, and apart from being a writer, I'm also a trainer. So I go to corporates and I talk about different topics. So I worked closely with whatever you are talking right now, and I was able to relate with it because when we designed the course, so I was working on ESG for one of the big fours. So it was amazing to design the course and to work on it using AI, AR, and virtual reality as well. I mean, I can completely relate with you. Thank you so much for discussing this.
My pleasure.
Uh, yeah. My question is to Sri Hariji. So now, as we are discussing about continuous learning, can you please shed light on the role of continuous learning? How relevant it is in the era of AI-driven world?
Sure. Continuous learning. Yeah, that's a tough one for most of the people, isn't it? Yeah, continuous learning is one of the virtue I have developed over a period of time. It's not my primary virtue, but over a period of the professional development, I have developed this virtue. It has been the backbone of my ability to adapt in a world increasingly influenced by AI. These days, like AI is like very hot topic. Early in my career, I started with core technical skills, which later expanded into cloud infrastructure, cloud-based technologies, and we used agile methodologies, machine learning, different API developments, etc. As technology evolves, my commitment to the learning has helped me not only to stay relevant, but also drive forward-looking initiatives within my teams. So I would say, again, there are like three different key factors that help me focus on continuous learning. First one, like I would say it's most obvious to anyone. So we always have to have that thrive to expand our technical foundations. As my career progressed, I built upon my foundational skills, learning to apply them to emerging technologies like machine learning and cloud analytics. For instance, I leverage my SQL and data modeling knowledge to create dashboards and provide real-time insights for critical decision-making strategies. So this approach of layering new skills over existing knowledge can be very powerful to stay ahead in the game. So expanding one's technical foundation, it's really, really important to stay in continuous learning. And then comes, I would say, AI integration for project management. So oftentimes we always say that, like, yeah, we have to keep up our skills, one has to keep up our skills, but AI integration for project management is very key as well. So continuous learning doesn't have to mean to complete shift in one's career focus. For example, in my project management and development roles, I have incorporated AI tools for predictive task management and workload balancing. By doing this incorporation, we have saved a lot of time and also we improved team's productivity. So being on a management role, it's AI is not about like expanding applications, increasing application scalability. It's not just always with applications. Even the project management activities can be tremendously increased using AI. So learning AI applications specific to project management has helped me focus more on strategic work rather than routine status tracking. The other factor I would say is staying current with industry innovations. I would say for the last decade or so, the transformation of the industry is tremendous. So I routinely dedicate time to study the latest advancements in AI, particularly those relevant to cloud and automation. That's where my most of the expertise is. So I always spend some time to see the latest developments. Just to give you an example, I'm currently exploring ways to integrate predictive models within cloud workflows, which has the potential to streamline our current operations even further. So this proactive approach to learning helps maintain both relevance and leadership in an evolving fields, especially with any cloud-based or AI fields. So there, I would say, like, these are the three key factors that help me focus on continuous learning. And anyone who wants to like stay up with their continuous learning, I would say, stay current with the industry innovation, stay current with your tech stack, and then make sure we integrate AI not just for our tech stack and also into our project management activities.
Thank you so much, sir. I definitely agree with whatever you say. And I think along with this, for continuous learning, we should have a growth mindset and not a fixed mindset. So if we have a growth mindset, then for sure we are going to keep learning whatever new evolution we are going to come across.
Exactly.
Amazing. My next question is for Narendra ji. Can you please help us understand what ethical considerations might arise when we talk about AI and a workforce?
Oh, okay. I think, yeah, I can say, like, as you mentioned some time ago, this is where emotional intelligence so basically comes into hand. So basically, what we are trying to say is we are trying to automate everything. And the automation should have some accountability. Basically, there should be some framework that needs to be built around that, and which will take the responsibility, like, on the outcomes of the AI. Basically, so there is some organization, some individual needs to take that accountability and need to have the transparency around the results. So basically, so this is what gave this model gave me this data and this pattern, and that's why that's the reason that I'm making these decisions. that has to be transparent, and whatever the pattern that we are following, whatever the decisions that we are making, so that needs to be communicated properly, and we need to be, I mean, that's where the ethic and integrity comes. uh, and there is a privacy around that, like basically how much we can get into the people's lives. And then there is almost surveillance around that, like basically what the balance should be there, the privacy and the surveillance balance. And there should be, as I said, there should be a frameworks built around that. And so if we are trying to automate something, there is some domain knowledge associated to that. And we need to encourage people to learn these new things, and at the same time we need to preserve the domain knowledge that people are having, and that something that has been acquired over the years, and that defines, I feel that defines the workplace culture and how we are treating individuals, uh, when at the same time we are basically enhancing the skills and the equality. So the diversity, inclusion, equity are being considered, um, along with the technology that we are using.
Superb. Uh, I can again completely relate with you. And I think along with this, I can also add one more word to this, which is credibility. I
Yeah,
guess you can relate with it. Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Uh, yeah. Amazing. My next question is for Jagan Mohan sir. Uh, when we, yeah, um when we are talking about AI and cloud technologies, so I have seen, like we all have seen that there are new job roles coming up with AI and cloud technologies. So, what do you think? What would be the emerging new roles in the near future?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I can give my insight. So, with the rise of AI and cloud technologies, that combined technical skills with specialized knowledge, there are several roles are coming up, right? Especially to in the development or managing these technologies in align with organizational goals and ensuring their responsible use. If I have to name, the number one role is AI and machine learning engineer. That is the one of the most uh, I mean like demanding role, right? So basically they develop trains and optimizes machine learning models, and they work on the infrastructure and algorithms that power AI applications. So basically they need the skills like programming and Python and other data science technologies. And this role has across all the industries like healthcare and finance and retail, they have a huge demand. This is the one of the new role. And if I had to talk about another role that is which is very demanding is data scientist and data engineer, right? So generally data scientists analyze large data sets to extract insights, while data engineers builds the data infrastructures to store and process and manage the data, right? So they enable AI and cloud driven insights basically. So and this particular role, they need specialized skills, especially like analytical skills and statistical methodologies, data warehousing skills to perform this. And this role has a tremendous need out there, and this is an evaluating role in the upcoming technologies. And most importantly, the cloud architect role is like very upcoming role and a very famous role in the cloud integration. And they design and oversees cloud infrastructure and ensuring it is a scalable or secure, aligned with business goals. Those are the main roles for those cloud architect especially, right? So I mean they need a specialized skills like AWS, Azure, or Google Cloud. These skills are required, and strong in industries and migrating to the cloud and building cloud native solutions. This is what they need. like high demand. And another role is like a product manager. So it's a bridges between the technical and business teams to ensure AI projects meets the business objectives. This role is becoming like, day to day in every project, this role is needed. And product management and AI fundamental, a product as a project manager, they need to have a AI fundamentals, right? So this is high in organizations looking to commercialize AI applications. And these are the emerging roles which are coming with the upcoming these technologies. And the another role is NLP specialist. So works on AI applications that involve language processing. And especially this role, the skills that are required is machine learning and data annotation. So there is an increase in tech and customer service, any sector using like chatbot or language models. This role is very, very important. Right. These are the main roles I can think about it. And these roles highlight how business are adapting to AI and cloud technologies and creating new areas of expertise. So as these technologies progress, positions will evolve and more specialized roles will emerge.
Uh, I definitely agree with you. Now, as I mean, I would like to add one thing, which is I also go to different universities to teach. So I'm associated with universities from India, Singapore, and UK, and I teach MBA students. I have seen that even students, they are so I mean, they are so into what market wants. That's why, along with their MBA, almost 80% of the students, they are coming up, they are registering themselves for some course related to AI.
Yeah.
And yeah, and I mean, there is what I could say. It has spread already in the market that the near future is going to be all about AI and cloud computing. So people are quite aware about it, and this is definitely going to help the viewers, and they can work towards it, and so how they can land up in these roles. Thank you so much, sir. That was amazing.
Thank you.
My my next question is for Suman sir. Uh, so when we are talking about AI, firstly, I would like to know if does it influence diversity and inclusion in the workplace, and if yes, how?
Sure. Yeah. So one thing is like the biggest topic now in the corporate world is the diversity, equality, and the inclusion at the workplace. So one thing is we can implement AI in the workplace, but we have to implement it very thoughtfully and carefully so that there is no unintended bias. So AI can influence a lot of factors in terms of the diversity, equality, and inclusion. Say, for example, if we take the recruitment and hiring process. So if we use an AI-based or AI-powered recruitment application or a recruitment tool, then what we can do is like generally the factors that come into a biased decision, like the names or the location the person is, the gender, or there are certain personal attributes or identifiers which generally cause people to take biased decisions. What AI-based system can do is it can hide those or it can anonymize those attributes and highlight only the required factors like the skills or the attributes that are determining the hiring criteria for those people. So those demographic characteristics can be completely anonymized and only the objective characteristics can be highlighted, and the decision of recruitment can be based on a very unbiased fashion. But we have to be very careful where we have to train the models with the appropriate data sets, because many machine learning algorithms, they can access these resumes and capture only the objective criteria, identifying the candidates in a better fashion compared to a traditional hiring methodology. So one area I feel is the recruitment area where unbiased decisions can be taken and biased decisions can be avoided. And another area that I feel is for all the employees is the accessibility of the information. So when there is any information published in any company or any corporate, what happens is there will be various set of people. There will be various languages, various abilities, and all those things. So if we use an AI-based system in terms of this accessibility for information for these employees, what we can do is we can leverage the capabilities of AI wherein speech to text or text to speech. These type of softwares can be used where the information flow can be very seamless and anyone and everyone in the corporate can access this information without any problem. And another place that I feel which can be very effective is the workplace environment and fostering the right talent. So generally, whenever anything that is there with people, we get into attributes where their performance is not monitored properly, or a performance is there, the performing person is not getting the due recognition, or the performing person is not getting the required promotion, or the performing person is not going into the leadership or anything. But when we use AI-based systems, all these attributes that are there are objective decisions and not any biased decisions. So when the performance is captured by these AI-based systems and all the metrics are captured in a data-driven insights method, then what happens is we can make sure that all the leadership or any positions that are there, people from all demographics can have equal opportunity and included in the leadership. That will have a diverse environment and make sure that there is equality in terms of opportunity and growth for everyone. So these are critical areas which I feel like that can be used in terms of AI at the workplace, where which will be increasing the DEI opportunities. And one thing that we have to be careful is, like, as we advance with this, one thing that we have to be is the data sets that we used should be very much in not to a specific group or a specific demographic. The data sets are very important so that we train the models in as large data sets as possible. And ethical practices should be very much enforced when bringing these data sets. And continuous monitoring and continuous improvement of this data set is also very important. So that's what I feel, Ria, that these are the critical areas.
That was absolutely amazing, sir. Thank you so much. I mean, I'm really enjoying talking to you all. I'm getting so much knowledge about AI. Of course, I know a bit, but this is like a pool of knowledge for me. Thank you. Thank you so much for sharing the minute details. My next and last question for Sri Hariji is uh, how can organizations reskill uh, how can I put it? Yeah, how can organizations reskill the workforce, their workforce, especially for AI and cloud computing?
Yeah, this is pretty much in line with my previous question, continuous learning or reskilling or upskilling the existing workforce. Um, in my experience leading agile transformations and cross-functional initiatives, I have seen how crucial it is for organizations to support their workforce as they adapt like new technologies, and also to keep up pace with the market. In particular, guiding teams through cloud transformations and digital transformation projects showed me the value of structured learning paths and hands-on experiences. I would say there are like 3 to 4 key programs or key strategies that will definitely help organizations to upskill workforce. The first one would be hands-on training programs. So most of the organizations will always support their workforce to go ahead and train on this skill, go ahead and train on this skill. But I would say when the teams are given real world projects that use AI or cloud-based technologies, they learn far more effectively. For example, I often guided teams through cloud migration projects where they could immediately apply their new skill as they were learning. So this kind of practical experience is invaluable and also ensures skills are retained in long term. So hands-on training while they are reskilling or upskilling, it's very, very important. It's a very key strategy too. Second, I would say that mentorship. Throughout my career, I have mentored colleagues in areas like workflow automation, data integration. I have provided guidance in crucial projects to gain confidence of my colleagues. Establishing formal mentorship programs can accelerate learning and adoption in a structured way. So there are certain organizations, they still do mentorships, but not at a very extensive level. But I would say that establishing these formal mentorship programs will accelerate learning and in a very structured way. When team members learn from this practical experience with a good mentor, they adapt to AI and cloud technologies much faster. The third one I would say is flexibility in learning resources. So I've seen firsthand how beneficial it is to offer employees access to online courses, workshops, certifications in AI and cloud computing technologies or any latest technologies if that matters. But personally, the certifications I have earned have deepened my expertise and also enabled me to lead initiatives more effectively. So I would say organizations can maximize their success by encouraging employees to pursue these flexible learning paths, not just taking a course or taking a skill, but focus more on workshops and also encouraging doing the certifications. One other strategy I would say, and I think this is very important one for any organization. It's more on fostering experimentation and innovation. So when I was involved in a digital transformation project, we encouraged team members to try out different tools and methods to see what worked best. This is more like in early stages of organizations adapting AI and cloud-based technologies. People are still a little afraid to deviate from regular practices. So what we have done is we have created a culture where employees are encouraged to experiment with AI applications, such as automating routine reporting tasks or using predictive analytics, which gives them hands-on experience without pressure of immediate results. So this environment fosters a growth mindset and also accelerates AI adoption across teams. So yeah, I think these are my 4 different takeaways for any organization. Like I would say, give an environment to foster experimentation, flexibility in learning, be a mentor, and also upskill your employees and also provide real-time projects as they upskill.
Superb, sir. Again, I relate with you because I feel that nowadays companies are focusing a lot on training. So recently I joined this course, Train the Trainer, and the coach he mentioned that in next 2 years the training industry, especially for AI and ML, is going to rise by 320 billion globally. So I definitely relate with you. My next question is for Narendra ji.
Priya,
Uh,
your voice is
Echoing.
echoing.
okay.
I think
Is it better now?
yeah. It's
Yeah.
better.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry again. I think there was a technical glitch. My next question is for Narendra ji. So I mean, common man knows that boosting productivity and efficiency is something which AI does, right? Can you help us understand how do AI tools can do beyond just increasing your productivity and efficiency?
Oh, okay. Um, yeah, so basically all we are trying to do is like basically we can focus on, there would be a lot of things to do, and we should be able to focus on some of the important tasks. So like there are 10 tasks for you to do at any given time. So if there are few tasks that you can automate, if you're doing few tasks repetitively, consistently at the same time, so you should be able to automate that, which will give us some time to focus on any additional important tasks that you can do. And it will give us like basically how do you make those tasks automated, and how do you enhance that data. That analysis is basically you you focus on that whatever the task that you that is important to you at this time at that time, and then you personalize that workflow basically. So you basically you're not only getting that information through the tools, but you are trying to personalize like how can you use that tool effectively. That tailoring is more important, and that workflow is going to help you in in getting the task done in efficient way. And you would always see that improved communication, and you can easily predict something. For example, like uh, there's a machine that needs a maintenance for every 6 months. So you can, and based on the usage of that machine, you can easily predict like when that next maintenance is going to be, and you can plan well, and you can minimize the downtime, and that will impact the end users, and basically that will streamline my operations, uh, and that will give us the enhanced user experience. And you can schedule those tasks well if you are smart enough. Like basically, if you are able to predict something, and you can schedule that a little bit efficiently, and you can manage. For example, you can recommend some adjustments. You can keep track of those projects well, and analyze the data properly, and provide those consistent updates uh, to the to the stakeholders. And I would say, yeah, it's about enhancing the customer experience, and using basically you onboard some user base, uh, and basically give the proper training to them. So that basically it's all about, I can say that organizations can streamline the process and reduce some of the errors, and ensure that basically employees can dedicate some time to some important or higher value tasks, which will ultimately give us some productivity and efficiency.
Yes, that was again amazing. Thank you so much, sir. My last question for Jagan Mohan sir is, with AI and cloud computing, is it easy to improve collaboration and flexibility in the within the workforce?
Yeah, sure. Yeah. So, cloud computing has transformed collaboration and flexibility in work by providing easy access to resources and improving communication and supporting a remote workforce, right? So, let me explain how. So, the number one thing is access from anywhere, anytime, right? So, cloud-based access allows employees to work from anywhere with an internet connection, right? So enabling remote teams to collaborate seamlessly, like in the tools that we use, like a Google Workspace or Microsoft 365. No, those are real-time access. You can edit and review a document regardless of the location. That is the number one thing. And real-time collaboration. So cloud platforms enable real-time editing and commenting or allowing your team members to collaborate effortlessly on documents and projects. So this instant collaboration minimizes version control issues and ensures access to the latest information. So like we use on day-to-day basis apps like Slack and Microsoft Teams, right? Those facilitate communication and task management and enforce enhancing the teamwork. And third is scalability and resource flexibility. Cloud services offer scalability and flexibility in resource allocation and allowing businesses to adjust computing power, storage, and software-based fluctuations, right? Without investing extra infrastructure. That is the main important collaborative aspect, right? And enhancing security and compliance management, like leading cloud providers, they ensure strong security through data encryption and regular updates, advanced, to protect on advanced threat detection. So protecting sensitive information shared among distributed teams, and also companies, they also comply with the standards like HIPAA and allowing remote teams to handle with the data securely. So these are the so few of the collaboration and flexibility in the work environment using cloud computing. And so I mean, cloud computing creates a collaborative and flexible work environment that adapts to modern business demands. It also connects like people and resources, enabling teams to work efficiently and stay aligned regardless of their location. That's my insight, Priya.
Yes, definitely. I think along with this, uh, platforms like LinkedIn, a few other platforms as well, they have integrated AI in such an amazing way, which makes easier, especially for businesses, to
Yes,
collaborate with their target either audience or the target clients or the consumers. So I think this is the magic of AI and cloud. My last question for today is for Suman sir. So as AI and cloud, it's evolving, right? Have you seen any significant workforce changes, or do you think there will be any significant workforce changes in the near future?
Sure, Riyaji. So one thing is, I have started from a developer and now I'm into an enterprise architecture role, and I worked in manufacturing sector and many other sectors. So today with AI, what I see is every sector is more or less impacted by AI. It can be healthcare, it can be finance, it can be manufacturing. More or less every sector is impacted. Say for example, if we take the healthcare sector, in the healthcare sector, say for example, as simple as we try to go and get a test, it can be an X-ray, it can be an MRI or anything of that sort. Generally, those take multiple days or sometimes at days, weeks together to get the result or anything. But now with AI trained systems, what we can do is like we can have high accuracy and very quick results because the system itself, based on the training model that it has, it can easily give the test results very easily. And also personalized medicine. Personalized medicine is almost close to reality now, more or less like as the systems get rolled out, personalized medicine is something that we are looking at. And patient monitoring and drug discovery, all those things. Previously, drug discovery was very challenging thing in that conventional methodology, but with the new AI-based methodology, drug discovery has been enhanced and it's phenomenal. Because all these changes we are able to achieve because of the cloud computing power and the AI and ML mechanism that we are having today. So healthcare sector is one which is heavily impacted. And another critical sector that I can think is the finance and banking. Call it fraud detection, call it analyzing the stock exchange traded securities transactions, call it the security for the banks. All those areas like the finance and banking is heavily impacted by the AI and ML. It can be like credit scoring, it can be the risk assessment when any banks are granting loans or anything. Going through tons and tons of documents and trying to see whether there is a risk associated with the loan allocation is a very challenging and a daunting task in the conventional methodology. But with an AI powered system, risk assessment has been very much easy, and even fraud detection. and any threat detection. Say, for example, if there's a repeated request for any account or anything, those type of requests can be easily identified by AI. And say another thing that we can think about is manufacturing. Previously, manufacturing and everything, like they're all conveyor belt based stuff and everything. Say, for example, if you're manufacturing a car or if you're manufacturing anything, there can be 30 steps or 20 steps in finishing that component to be built. Previously, you have to wait for all the 20 steps or 30 steps, and then only you will discover whether there is a flaw, or else the customer will reach and customer will be using the product, and then only we'll know whether that there is a flaw. But with the sensor based monitoring and AI trained and ML trained mechanism, what we can do is with sensors in the assembly line, in the first step or the second step or the third step, we can determine any anomaly, or we can detect any anomaly, and we can easily halt the production then and there itself and remove that defective piece and go forward with it. So these type of possibilities, detecting the problems early on, is possible only with AI and ML. And coming to say supply chain management, you can control literally how much you produce. You can monitor your inventory of the raw materials. All these things can be done with the AI and ML powered systems only. Based on the demand, you can control your orders for the inventory. Based on the demand, you can control the production of the manufacturing system, and also the quality control. You will be able to enhance it, because as I said, the example, determining the anomalies and detecting them, quality control also is very much strong in this. And all these things stemming from the IT and software development, that industry that we are all working on more or less has been transformed. Say whether it can be code generation, it can be cyber security, it can be testing. All these areas, even in the information technology and the software development field, it is heavily changing. So automotive sector, say for example, like advanced driver assist systems or autonomous vehicles that we are having, autonomous taxis that we are having, advanced driver assistance systems, all those things are possible and close to reality only because of the AI based and ML based systems that we are able to build. And even our homes, like say energy utilization, how much heating that we are using, how much cooling that we are using, we are able to track it with programmable thermostats and everything. So, and even the grids, how much power they are producing, they're able to control it, they're able to predict any maintenance, any equipment that is involved in the manufacturing or energy or anything. They're able to do predictive maintenance, saying that okay, based on the trained models, they know that yeah, these solar panels has to be serviced, those hydro generators has to be serviced. And say any place we are saying like okay, loss of energy at home, then we know that okay, there is not much utilization there, but still there is loss of energy. All these things we are able to realize, I think, only because of the AI and ML. And the education, as we spoke at the very beginning of the session, completely transformed. Personalized training, personalized assist, all those things. Education is also touched. So I think all these areas of healthcare, finance, banking, my information technology, automotive sector, transportation, logistics, every sector I think is heavily impacted by AI and ML nowadays. Hope that helps, Riyaji.
Definitely. Thank you so much for shedding light on different sectors and giving us insights about all the sector, majority of the sectors. Thank you so much. With this, I would like to conclude today's confluence. I thank you all for joining the Premier Technology and Innovation Confluence 2024, organized by the Business Fame magazine, supported by Scribely, associate partner. Masspreneur and IT service partner in Protect Vision, along with PR partner Business Standards. It was my immense pleasure to talk to you all and gain so much knowledge on AI and cloud. Uh, I'm really blessed to talk to you all, and thank you so much for joining us. Along with this, lastly, just I would like to say is Ajay and I together we support and I would say support intelligent and tycoons like you to come up with your own book, launch your own book in the market, which is not written by AI, which is absolutely written by humans. And in case if you plan in near future to come up with your own book, we are always there to support you with the book launch or whatever you need. With this, I wish you all luck and success, and thank you so much again for joining us. God bless you all. Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much for having us.
Excellent conversation. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Just a minute. Can we just take a picture quickly? Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
One, two, three. Yeah. Thank you so much. We'll
Thank you.
definitely, I mean, I personally will definitely connect with you all on LinkedIn, and I hope to stay in touch with each one of you. Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank
Ria.
you.
Thank you, Ajay.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you all. Bye.
ठीक होतं?
झालं छान झालं. मेटाप्रेनर
मी
नाव मासप्रेनर नाहीये.
हं?
मेटाप्रेनर नाव आहे, मासप्रेनर नाहीये.
ओ मेटाप्रेनर आहे का? सो सॉरी.
हा मास
ठीक आहे. नेक्स्ट ह्याच्यात नीट घेईन.
चालतंय.
मी पण काढलाय फोटो. तुला पाठवते.
माझा कट झाला थोडासा.
नाही ठीक आहे ना, मी पाठवते तुला. आणि नेक्स्ट आता 15 मिनिटात जॉईन करूयात ना?
हा 10:30 ला आहे ना.
चालेल, करते मी जॉईन. ठीक आहे.
चालेल. थोडंसं फ्रेश होतो.
चल.
हा
मी
हा
पण. चल.
हा.
बाय.